Worrywart is not a name you should have as a claim to fame. It's Rhyme and Reason 417.
There's a rhyme and reason for your life. There's a rhyme and reason why.
Hey there, Tony here, coming at you once again from the shadow of Pikes Peak in Colorado. And I hope it's a beautiful day where you are. Sure is here. And actually, every day you're alive is a beautiful day to be alive, really, when you get right down to it, right? And regardless of the weather, I mean, why should anybody worry about what weather we have, right? Or anything else for that matter. And that's my feeble attempt at a segue into what I'm talking about today. I'll just ask you the question out front here. Are you a worrywart? Let me explain what I'm talking about. My mom is 82. She lives in eastern Kansas. And we talk a couple times a week, sometimes more, by phone. By her own admission, she's a worrywart. Okay, for those of you too young to know, that means she worries a lot. It's an old expression. Currently, as you might expect, she's pretty worried about this whole pandemic thing. And since she has way too much time on her hands, she's retired and living alone, she watches the news reports pretty intently. So, of course, she's getting pretty negative right now, but should she? And if you're a Christian, is it even okay to be a worrywart? Well, here's the short answer. No, it's not okay. Why? Well, I'm glad you asked. Because I said so, young man or young lady. Well, not really because I said so, because God said so. Yeah, it's true. There are at least 7 times in the New Testament. And for those of you don't know, that's the right-hand side of the book as you keep progressing further and further. And that's the part where, God went to counseling and he became a really, really nice God, because the Old Testament, obviously, he was meaning. Anyway, in the New Testament, Jesus said, do not worry, like I said, at least 7 times that is written down. And there are other places he talks about how it doesn't have any positive effects. And that should be a link in the show notes to where he's saying what he said about that. And there are actually lots of places where God says something like, fear not, in the Bible. It's all throughout the Old and New Testament.
But, Tony, how can anybody, your mom included, be expected not to worry in times like this?
Well, that's not what I said. In fact, I actually expect a lot of people will fret over what's going on. But I think it's important to at least consider what God says about worrying. I think, at least give it a glancing look as to what he says. And why? Well, as it turns out, science has even proved how worry is connected to actual sickness. You can worry yourself sick. Yeah, maybe that's where they got that expression. You can actually get upset over something, and if you stay upset, yeah, you can get sick. Physically, emotionally, mentally, whatever otherly. Anyway, so if you can't trust God, well, there's still science, which only exists because God exists, but, anyway. Yeah, it's actually pretty cool when you think about it. God's watching over your health even when he's telling you not to worry. It's not just because he wants you to cover your ears and eyes to all the troubles in the world, stick your head in the sand, don't worry, I got your back. No, far from it. He actually wants you, if you're a Christian, to show the world how to be and stay positive, especially in times like this. Because if for no other reason, you're truly blessed. And you'll live forever in the place that's the best. This world can never beat your spirit down for good. So now you'll give up worry, or at least you'll know you should. Am I right? Thank you so much for tuning in to this humble little episode of Rhyme and Reason, of the Rhyme and Reason podcast. Brought to you by TonyFunderburk.com, over there where you can get books and merch, words and music, rhymes and reasons, lots of stuff for kids, by the way. I got lots of music for kids. And adults don't even mind it because it's not the wheels on the bus go round and round kind of stuff. It's actually some of it's jazzy, some of it's good Western swing. Well, not swing, but Western style. Anyway, I digress. No, I'm not digressing. I'm selling stuff. You need to go over there and buy some stuff, to help support this website and this podcast. Okay, and until next time, never ever forget, life has rhyme and reason because God made you.
There's a